I'm Chris Schneider. Welcome to Lake TV's Classic Game of the Week. This memorable game was played on September 17th, 2021, Osage, home against California. Now, both teams went in 2-1. They both came off a loss the week before. You have to stick around to the end of this one because it gave us one of the greatest comebacks we have ever had the privilege of calling here on Lake TV. But would the amazing comeback result in a win? We'll have to find out. Sit back, enjoy this Lake TV Classic Game of the Week from September 17, 2021, Osage, home to California.
We are set here in Osage Beach, and here comes the kickoff from California. Back to receive at about his 14-yard line is Bradley. He takes a shot on his shoulder, stays on his feet, wiggles across the 30, and he's going to be taken down at the 37, and Osage starts there 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Good job from Bradley on that return. Not just the yards that he gained, but the Pintos were going for the ball, almost tried to strip the ball out of there. He was able to hang on to it. Huge. Remember, one of the problems for this Osage team early in the season, turnovers. They had 9 of them in the first 2 games. Still were able to win, but they'll start out on their 42.
And you see Funderburk in the backfield along with Bradley there with McLaughlin. McLaughlin to Funderburk. Whoa. He's got some room across the 45, across midfield, and up to the 47-yard line into Pinto territory. That's a first down brought to you by Central Bank Lake of the Ozarks, and one play from scrimmage and a good one at that.
Yeah, man, look at that. Nice blocking up front, big hole. He gets through it, makes a nice move. Almost a face mask there, but good first down. The first down of the game goes for Osage, and they cross the midfield stripe.
So one play and a solid one. Going to bring up first down at the 48 for California. McLaughlin gives to Bradley. Bradley, he's going to be taken down there. First guy there for the Pintos, Trevor Myers, the senior. He's a ball hawk, and he will be all over the field. If you look at Osage starters on offense tonight, of course, Brockton McLaughlin. In the backfield, Jackson, Funderburk, and Derek Bradley. His receivers, Hunter Graber, Keegan Vaughn, and Dylan Willenbrock. New player at tight end tonight, Luke Willenbrock. And then on the line, you have Davis Salee, Ashton Carter, Matt Barnes, Tanner Gardner, and Peyton Havner. From left to right, that is tonight's Osage, starting 11. Here's Funderburk, full head of steam, and he's going to bulldoze his way down to about the 43-yard line. Decent gain of about 5 on second down. Going to bring up third down now.
Yeah, and Pinto slow getting up there. He's limping around in on that tackle. I tell you what, Funderburk's not a big guy, but he brings a load with him when he carries the ball or when he's hitting you on defense.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, he is a nose for the football. He loves running and carrying the football on offense, but defensively, such a solid linebacker, especially for 5'6", 5'7", Chris, man. So on third down, here's McLaughlin. He rolls to his right, into the flat, has his man. That's Hunter Graber. Hauls it in at about the 38-yard line. We'll give him 5 yards right at that first down marker. We'll wait and see if the official says it's a Central Bank Lake of the Ozarks first down.
Wow, looks like, yep, they're going to give it to him. Almost looked like he was going to count him short, but he held the ball out when he crossed, so good, nice play there. Smart thinking, not just catching the ball, but thinking afterwards and getting that first down. Second first down on this drive. Huge for Osage.
Man, Hunter Graber's a kid I feel for. You talk about his season last year, big year receiving the football. New head coach, new offensive style, and he's kind of had to settle into not getting his 8 to 10 targets a game, but he's embraced that, been a great leader, and when his number is called, you saw there, big third down, and he made the play. Gotta love Hunter Graber for the Indians.
Absolutely. You know what? And I just saw big lineman Salee picking up the California player off the field. Nice sportsmanship down there early here in the game. It's always nice to see that, but it shows some good coaching on both sides of the ball.
And that's a lot more common to see in the first quarter with 9.5 minutes left than it is in the third or fourth quarter.
True.
We'll wait and see where that's at late in the game. Here's Funderburk on 2nd and 8, inside the 25, out across the 20, a 16-yard scamper, and a Central Bank Lake of the Ozarks first down for tonight's Spotlight Player of the Game, presented by Cool Breeze Marine, the prop specialist. Look at him here, Chris.
Oh, to be young again. That guy was limping all over the field last week at Eldon. Looks like, he's just as fresh as ever tonight out there.
Yeah, he looks good. Now inside the Mike Heitman State Farm Insurance red zone are the Indians. They have it 1st and 10, 9:25 left at the California 19-yard line. We are scoreless here in the early going. Osage hoping to change that. McLaughlin. Give to Bradley. He's got some room. Cuts back. Nice block inside the 10. Inside the 5 to the house. Touchdown. Derek Bradley for the Indians. They're on the board first. And I'll tell you what, the junior, he did not waste any time. He saw a hole. He took it, made a nice cutback, and he scores from the 20-yard line. We're going to give him 19 officially. And, man, an impressive opening drive here for Osage.
Watch this blocking. So Bradley's out there. Nice cut inside of the out containment guy and finds nothing but real estate into the end zone. And what a way to start the game for the Indians.
Extra point is low off the foot of Zach Green, so 6-0. And that block you were talking about, Chris, that was number 22, Keegan Vaughn.
Yeah, I tell you, the only thing that went wrong on that drive was the PAT at the end. It's only 6-0 instead of the 7 they desired.
So here's a short kick, fielded. Nice return up to about the 38, 39-yard line, Drake Schloop. So Schloop, one of those players you hear a lot over the years. Kalen Kruger, the senior. Tyler Patterson, Dunaway, and Trevor Myers, all seniors on this team. And also their kicker, Adolfo Ozio, one of the seniors that's been a big part of this program over the last couple of years. So for Osage, Chris, they find themselves down, but Kalen Kruger and his team have it 1st and 10 with great field position. They're going to take a shot here on 1st down. Miscommunication between his receiver. Kruger overthrows Caden Bax, another senior, so falls harmlessly to the turf. Going to bring up 2nd down. And Chris, I'd much rather see that play on 1st down than see it on 3rd and 8, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. And remember, this is a hurry-up offense. They want to get in 90 plays tonight, if at all possible. So I tell you what, the Osage defense, if they can get some 3-and-out sets, give that offense a big advantage.
Dunaway with the carry, trying to get outside. Vaughn says no, and he'll be finished off back there. That is Ashton Carter in the backfield for Osage. That goes for a loss of 1 and going to bring up a big 3rd down and 11.
Wow, what some hitting out there. Watch this. Handoff, no place to go out there, and there's the stop, and here's the finish. Bam! And then they got to know each other at the end through their face masks. How you doing, man? Doing good?
How you doing?
That's right.
3rd down and 11. Here's Kruger out of the gun, going to roll to his right. Step up in the pocket, and he is going to be corralled and taken down for the sack. That's number 69 for Osage, Matt Burns. How about that, Chris? And that's going to be a quick 3-and-out, and that has the Osage faithful loving it. How about that 3-and-out? And I'll tell you, California, they had an opportunity. There was a receiver open, but Kruger, he was trying to create enough time, and the pressure got to him, and Barnes takes him down for the QB sack.
Good containment from the Osage defense out there on the edge, keeping Kruger from running because he can run.
Yeah, you're not kidding. He is impressive. What a boot this time from Trevor Myers. Fielded at about the 23 from Vaughn. Vaughn, good yardage, close to the 40, and he is across the 40, up to the 41-yard line. And the Osage offense is going to go right back to work here with 7:46 left. Man, I'll tell you, a couple of years ago, Jaden Barr for the Pintos, more like probably 6 years ago, he had like a 77-yard punt in California during a game.
There's some good talent around here.
Yeah, you're not kidding. One of those being Brockton McLaughlin. He's going to hand it off to Funderburk up across the 45 and taken down there. So for Osage, Chris, they are 2-1 as we told you, and looking to move to 3-1 as is California. And for these Pintos, this is the first of 4 straight broadcasts we have. This week, of course, here in Osage. Next week, we've got California at home against Boonville. On October 1st, we're back in California as they play host to Versailles. And then the very next week, they go down to Eldon, and we have all of those for you right here on Lake TV. So Pinto Nation, we are getting ready to have a nice month together.
Good job from the defense. Center of that Pinto defense just jamming that up. Very little gain. It's going to bring up a big 3rd down. So far, the Indians are just 1 for 1 on 3rd down conversions. That first drive, they took down the field, put it in the end zone, needing just 1 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, that was great containment there by the Pintos. They didn't fall for the ball fake. It was the fake handoff and then give it up the middle. And Funderburk had no room, and that brings up 3rd down and 5 now for Osage. 6.5 minutes to go in the opening quarter.
See if McLaughlin does a run-pass option. No, he's just going to drop straight back.
He's going to throw. It's Graber who plucks it out of the air at the 41-yard line. That's good for 13 yards and a Central Bank Lake of the Ozarks first down. And Osage now good on their first 2 third down conversions, and both of those going to Graber. And look at this throw and catch.
Yeah, good route run. He comes back. He's wide open, and that ball was in the air before he made his cut back. So good job. They figured that out in practice. There's a whole lot of reps in practice going into that.
So 1st down and 10 now inside Pinto territory. McLaughlin takes the snap. Miscommunication. He's in trouble, and he is buried in the backfield. Myers there, but also first guy there for the Pintos is Jackson Cassill, the junior, and that's a 3-yard loss and a busted play from the start.
And McLaughlin gets up limping there. He's not feeling too good after that one. He can see that right ankle is hurting him. He can barely put weight on that. He's going to come out.
Yeah, I think so, and he is really hurting, you mentioned. So in there at quarterback now is Connor Vaughn. Backup duties for him, and he's forced into a 2nd and 12 as we'll keep you posted on the senior signal caller. Man, tough blow here for the Indians in the early going.
Yeah, and it really looked pretty innocent there, kind of a broken play, and he goes down but twisted that ankle somehow.
Vaughn gives to Funderburk inside the 40. He'll be stopped right there. Right past that initial line of scrimmage. Not a whole lot. Going to bring up 3rd down and 9 here for the Indians. And if you're the Pinto sideline or the Pinto faithful, you don't hate that as long as he's okay, because you know how dangerous he is if he's on the field healthy, that being Walked in McLaughlin. Yeah,
absolutely. He can do it all. But we saw last week from Vaughn, he is a very talented quarterback as well. This kid, he can run like the wind as well. So don't be surprised to see him take something out on the edge.
He's going to step up in the pocket under pressure and taken down there by a slew of Indians. Myers cleans it up, but first man there is number 52, Cody Williams, with the stop. Going to bring up 4th down and about 7. So good pressure from the Pintos and not enough time for Vaughn to either elude the pressure or find someone downfield. And now California may be getting it back.
Yeah, and so what do you do on 4th down and 7 here from the 38-yard line if you're Osage? Do you go for it? Do you try to punt and put them, just get them back real deep? Looks like Osage is thinking about going for it, but remember they do a lot of the quick kicks back there, but usually that's Brockton McLaughlin doing that.
Yeah, I would go for it in this situation. Looks like Osage may. Also look for the hard count to try to make it closer. And that's what they were trying. Osage burns the timeout. 4th down and 7. Vaughn, little play action. Going to roll into the flat. Funderburk wouldn't have had a chance even had he caught it. Incomplete, big-time play by Isaac Currens. The senior, that's a turnover on downs. California, 1st and 10 at their own 38, and that's a major stand for this defense.
Yeah, and like you said, there was no way they were going to pick up that 1st down, even if he had caught the ball. Good defense from the Pintos there, and a good confidence builder. So they get the ball back. Pretty good field position here on the 38-yard line. That first drive they had, it was a 3 and out. Good job from the Osage defense. We'll see if they can do it again here.
So Kruger out of the gun. 1st down carry, not a lot doing. To about the 39-yard line is Cassill. There's a flag on the play, it looks like.
I tell you what, after that game last week where the Veach kid for Eldon just ran all over this Osage defense, they were talking about that in practice all week long, tackling the basics, hitting and bringing the runners down.
Actually, just an errant flag fell out of the official's pocket. Here's the end around. Schloop now on the carry, and Vaughn, a big-time hit. That was Drake Schloop. The seniors seem to have some room, but Connor Vaughn comes up and takes him down. The junior with a big-time play, going to bring up 3rd down and 8.
Nice. And again, one of the upsides of playing that game against Eldon last week against that great running back is Osage knows how to hit and tackle now.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Bryce Veach a week ago, didn't even have him on our radar. Here's a bomb out of the hand of quarterback Kruger coming back and making the play. How about that for Trevor Myers? Drastically underthrown, but Myers makes the adjustment, and he's all the way down to the 36-yard line. That's good for 24 yards and a Central Bank Lake of the Ozarks first down.
Well, look at this. Kruger just goes back and throws it up in the air, and it turns into a first down, and really fast there. Snap is already off.
Yeah, right back to it, Chris. They waste no time. The carry is number 2. That's Enoch Dunaway, and he's got about 4, maybe 5. And yeah, how quick are these guys?
Wow. Well, you know, they said, Coach Womack said in the pregame show, he wants to get 90 offensive plays in tonight. That's getting up there and getting it off.
Yeah, on 2nd and 5, they've got 7, this being number 8. Run outside, Vaughn corrals him, and good carry from Tyler Patterson, but Vaughn takes him down short of first down yardage. That's just the 8th play from scrimmage for California.
Yeah, and this is 2-down territory for the Pintos. 3rd and less than a yard here. So if they don't get it on 3rd down, look for them to line up quickly and hit the hole again fast.
Here's Kruger. Ooh. Carry and blown up in the backfield. Ashton Carter says, I don't think so. That is a big-time loss of 4. Going to bring up 3rd down and 5. Look at Ashton Carter here.
Nice
Boom,
job.
baby.
Great penetration into the backfield. Blew that thing up early, but the Pintos right back on the line, and they're going for it on 4th down quickly here.
Yeah, 4th down and 5. You mentioned 2-down territory. That is the case. Kruger out of the gun. Takes the snap and rolls to his right. Little pump fake, going to step up now, tries to get the first down. Ball's on the turf, and I think Osage has it regardless. He doesn't have first down yardage, and it is Osage football. Carter had the big hit on the last play, and he has the fumble recovery here. So the Indians take back over after the Kalen Kruger fumble. You'll see there, he wasn't sure if he was going to pass, and gets hit, pops out, and Ashton Carter, Johnny on the spot, and the Indians back in business. They have it 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Great job by the Osage defense there, because remember, it was just a short, less than a yard to go to get that first down. 2 straight plays, they shut them down and get the ball back with just over a minute to go in this first quarter.
Vaughn now, the give to Eric Hood. He's going to be nailed at the line of scrimmage. Nice piece of tackling. First man there is Jackson Cassill for California. How about that play,
man? That was a how do you do right there. They got to know each other pretty quickly, and no running room there for Mr. Hood. And usually Eric Hood is, he's usually falls forward for at least 2 or 3 yards. Not that time. He was stopped in his tracks.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's not like that's an easy guy to get down at the line of scrimmage. We're inside 1 minute to go here in the first quarter. Vaughn remains at quarterback. The give to Bradley. Bradley tries to find some running room. Not a lot doing. California all over him, and that's going to bring up 3rd down and 8. So Osage now, after that opening series, getting a little stagnant here on offense. They're faced with a 3rd and 8 as Brockton McLaughlin continues to get that ankle looked at. They're taping it up now as if he may be getting ready to come back in here.
You know, it's tough when you lose your starting quarterback like that. Even though Mr. Vaughn has proven to be a good quarterback in the past, still just kind of throws the offense off a little bit. These guys have different strengths, can do different things better. And so when we go into the second quarter, we'll see what Osage can do.
Yeah, that's going to conclude the first quarter of play with Osage out in front over the California Pintos by the score of 6-0. We'll be back on Lake TV after this.
I'm Chris Schneider. You're watching a Lake TV Classic Game of the Week, September 17th, 2021, an early season showdown between Osage and California. Now, this one gave us one of the greatest comebacks we have ever seen. Let's get back to the action here on Lake TV's Classic Game of the Week.
And we're back on Lake TV. Our second quarter of play starts with the Indians faced with a 3rd and 8 here at their own 29-yard line. The Indians got started in their opening series. They took it all the way down the field in just a little over 2 minutes, and it was Derek Bradley, the senior. So he took it 20 yards to the house, as you'll see McLaughlin there on the sideline, trying to get loose and convince the athletic trainer that he's ready to go. But for this 3rd down and 8, it's going to be Vaughn in there at quarterback. Bradley and Hood in the backfield with him.
Big 3rd down. You want to keep the ball away from this California team because they can strike like lightning.
Vaughn into the flat. That one's picked at the 40-yard line, and that is Aiden Bryant, the sophomore. That was a bad ball, and it is taken right there by the Pintos. So right after Osage gets the first turnover of the game, they give it right back. And the Pintos, they got great starting field position here.
Yeah, that was not a good pass at all. You see Vaughn drops back and without hesitation throws it, just overthrows it there. It looked like he might have had an open receiver. Just put too much air under the ball, and easy interception.
So with 11:54, Kruger, they give to Dunaway. Dunaway, good yardage across the 35, and he's got 8 yards. Close to that first down, going to bring up second down and short. Solid run from Dunaway. Of the Pintos here. They want to capitalize on that interception. They want to make it hurt.
I tell you what, Dunaway is a bowling ball out there. That kid, he's 5'7", 210.
Kruger taking a shot, got Myers into the end zone. Incomplete, or did he catch it? No, incomplete. What an effort. Great defense there by Hunter Graber. And again, that was a little underthrown, as you saw Myers. He had to slow up and try to make an adjustment. Graber able to stop him from hauling that in.
Yeah, you can see the throw up there. The coverage, he's got a step on him there and just broken up there in the end. Good job on defense.
Yeah, so 3rd and 3 here for Kruger and the Pintos. Looking to the sideline.
Some good camera work down there by our guys, huh?
Yeah, Tony Williams just making it happen. Little play action, little slant. He's got Myers inside the 20, and he will score from 34 yards out. Kalen Kruger to Trevor Myers, and we are tied. Quick hitter, and it was no chance for Graber. Myers, the quick move off the line of scrimmage, and it was all she wrote with a perfect pass from Kruger.
And watch this. I mean, it's a slant. He hits it, missed tackle right there, and he starts turning around and giving him a little business there as he gets into the end zone.
Yeah, giving him a little business. I love it. So 6-all here. And for California, Adolfo Ocio, the senior, going to come in to attempt the extra point and give California the lead. The kick is up, and holy smokes, that was a good kick. And California, they're out in front 7-6 after that one. So just like that, Chris, it's a California turnover. The Pintos waste no time making it hurt for the Indians, and they score on the 33-yard. Touchdown pass from Kalen Kruger to Trevor Myers. Impressive. And the extra point good. So California out in front now 7-6. And be interesting on this series, is Brock McLaughlin able to come in at quarterback for Osage?
And we talked about the turnovers. There was a turnover there for Osage, turned into a touchdown for California.
Graber, the front man, on a short kick, fields it. And he's got it up to about the 34-yard line. And that's where Osage takes over.
Graber getting up a little bit slow there. You know,
McLaughlin back out there.
Yeah, he is. And it doesn't look like he's limping either. So he's looks like he's shaking off that ankle injury. Hopefully he won't be slowed down. Remember, part of what makes Brockton special is his speed to be able to run the ball. And if you've got a flat tire out there, it's kind of hard to make it around the side.
Yeah, no doubt. And now we'll see if Osage goes to the air or they keep it on the ground. First down. Funderburker is that Bradley. Bradley with the carry, and he's going to be gang tackled right past that line of scrimmage. Not a whole lot doing for Derek Bradley on first down. McLaughlin out of the gun, takes the snap. Give is to Hood. He is buried there. I'll tell you, there was a busy pile as California stacked the box, and that hole, it closed immediately after a modest gain. Going to bring up 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, I tell you what, California's defense has really started to stiffen up. He almost fumbled that. Look at that high snap, kind of almost went through his hands, went right to Hood. Right, good job from Eric to keep his eye on that ball, man.
That's the way they drew that one up.
Yeah, shoot. I don't know.
You never heard that play call?
That was pretty cool. That was almost a turnover. That would not have been good for the Indians.
So 3rd and 7 with 9:50 left. Brock McLaughlin back in the gun. Stutter steps, buys a little time, trying to get outside, and he is going to be nailed back at the 26-yard line, an 11-yard loss. So 4th and 18 now. Back to receive the punt is Drake Schloop, the senior for the Pintos. McLaughlin, he'll do the punting for the Indians. Good snap. Gets it away. Good punt right to Schloop. He's got some room at the 38. He's across midfield, now across the 45. Good return and a solid hit laid after the return all the way up to the 39-yard line, and California starts inside Osage territory.
Boy, I tell you what, that was a great job of blocking by the punt return team for the Pintos. He had picked up 15 yards before he even ran into opposition there. Some great blocking on the outside, getting those flymen out of the way and not even close to the picture.
Yeah, ends up going for a 23-yard return on the play for Sloop. Kruger now, little play action. He's going to take a shot for Myers on the little hitch route, and that's good. And Vaughn now throws him out late. Surprised there's not a flag as Trevor Myers has a Central Bank Lake of the Ozarks first down, but there's no doubt that was a late hit out of bounds. Should have been flagged. Osage lucky on that play, and Vaughn really has to keep his head.
Yeah, and Myers has been wide open on the last couple of passes. That Osage defense going to have to step enough out there.
And here's Patterson now up the middle, close to about the 25-yard line after the gain of 3 or 4. But, man, I'm telling you, in a game like this take another look here. See if you thought this was a little after the play.
That's right. So there he is. Hard to see where the out-of-bounds line.
Oh, he's out.
Definitely out. Yeah, but remember Myers taunted him when he went into the end zone that last time. That was part of the problem.
How about that? And he is down. That's not a fumble, but that's a big hit in the backfield for the Indians. First man there making the stop. Number 48 on the play. Jesse Wormuth, it looks like. So 3rd down and 11.
Nice.
From the 30-yard line. Kruger out of the gun.
They've shown that they can throw the ball well, and the receiver, especially Myers, has been open several times tonight. So we'll see what the defensive backfield for the Indians can do here.
So Kruger out of the gun. Yeah, watch for Myers here, bottom of your screen. Now they're running away from him. Roll to his right. Kruger across the field, has his man. That's Patterson, and a really nice play inside the 15, down to the 13. That's a 17-yard first down, and really, it looks simple, but it was a big-time heads-up play here from Kruger. Watch this, Chris. He is running to his right, makes the first guy miss. Watch the touch. Just throws it over. It's a wounded duck, but it doesn't matter because it's right on the money. Right back at it. Quick throw outside and incomplete. He was looking for Aiden Bryant. Now, remember, Bryant had that interception just a little bit ago. Couldn't haul that in, and that brings up 2nd down and 10.
And remember, these Pintos like to go fast. I mean, they waste little time lining up and running off a new play. They don't huddle up. They just go right up to the line and do it again.
Kruger, quick hitter to Dunaway inside. Dunaway down to about the 11. So California working inside the Mike Heitman State Farm Insurance red zone. They're going to have a big 3rd down here.
Yeah, and so far, Osage with 4 unofficial first downs in the game. California just 2, but this Pintos offense moving the ball and facing another 3rd down here.
3rd down and 7. Kruger backpedaling. Lots of time. Now throws the other way. He's looking for his man, and there's a flag on the field.
Might be a block in the back out there, it almost looked like.
And nothing doing on that one to Dunaway. Actually goes for about a 3 or 4 yard loss. Great job of containment by the Indian defense. So if this penalty is against California, and it is, Osage will decline, and that's going to bring up 4th down and 11 from about the 15-yard line.
Boy, I tell you what we saw in that PAT, though, their kicker has got a cannon for a leg. I wouldn't be surprised at all see them go for a field goal here, because that kid can go for distance.
Let's see if they're bringing him out, and they are, Chris. Just like you said, so from the 14-yard line, we're going to be looking at about a 31 or 32-yard field goal here officially. So the hold is going to be made by Martin Kilmer, the junior. It's going to be Adolfo Ocio with a 31-yard field goal attempt here to extend the Pinto lead. The hold from Kilmer is good. The kick is up, and it looks good, and it is. Adolfo Ocio from 31 yards out extends the Pinto break. They lead, or the lead 10-6 now with 6:19 left. 31-yard field goal. I don't even think I could punt the ball 31 yards.
Yeah, I know. Probably couldn't throw it 31 yards anymore either. But I tell you what, since that first drive of the game where Osage put it in the end zone, their offense has not been able to do anything since then. And that was a nice kickoff, too. Look at that. Wow.
Yeah, Osio follows up the 31-yard field goal with the touchback, and he's off to a great start tonight. Pretty crucial drive here for Osage just as far as this momentum is concerned.
And it was interesting they called a timeout there. That's one thing Coach Jolly wasn't happy with last week, that they burned timeouts, or they could have won the game in the final seconds.
Ball's on the ground, very nearly coughed up. Falling on it is Funderburk, but he looks a little shaken up.
Oh, yeah. Something with the hand there, it looks like. But that kid, again, you know, he is just nothing but heart. Gets up and keeps going. But look at this. He never really had it. He's chasing the ball the whole run and gets down on it, thank goodness. Ends up being a nice little gain on first down of 5 yards.
Something to keep an eye on, Chris. You remember that run to Eric Hood on their last series? They never had this exchange cleanly. Now that play, that's something to watch. If they start having exchange issues, that could be a big boost for California.
Oh,
there it is again. Ball's all over the place. McLaughlin is going to be buried on the play by Tyler Patterson, the senior. And I don't know what's gotten into Brock McLaughlin, but man, I'm telling you, he had a hard time fielding that cleanly.
Yeah. That's, 3 straight snaps that they've had a problem securing that ball. You wonder if something's off with Brock, maybe.
Well, that's a 7-yard loss. Going to bring up 3rd down and 12.
Yeah, that's and it's tough here. You're facing a 3rd down and 12 from your 18, and your starting quarterback comes out. We'll see what Connor can do.
Here's Vaughn now. Throws across his body and had his brother wide open in the flat. Keegan Vaughn falls incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down and 12, but we do have a flag in the backfield. It's going to be a holding against the Indians. I'm sure California will elect to decline that. So if Osage has to punt here, which it looks like they will, this is 3 straight series. You had interception, 3 and out, and now 3 and out again. So the Pinto defense after that first series is really tightened up. And I don't know who's back there to kick for Osage. Hard to see from here, but it's not McLaughlin. The left-hand boot. It's a good one, fielded by Schloop inside the 50. He's got good yardage inside the 30, inside the 20, all the way down to the 8-yard line, and he finishes the run with a big-time hit running over Vaughn at the 7-yard line. The Pintos are in business after another Drake Schloop solid return.
Nice kick, but the coverage not getting down that far. Wide open running lanes, and he finds them and takes it all the way down inside the Mike Heitman State Farm red zone there, and California knocking on the door.
And how about the hit he delivered on Connor Vaughn, who tried to make the stop and did make the stop. So 1st down and goal inside the Mike Heitman State Farm Insurance red zone for the Pintos. They've scored the last 10 points of the game. Kruger looking to extend that. Quick hitter to the flat. Has his man, Bryant, not a lot doing, and he's now going to be hit and taken down all the way back at about the 14-yard line. Officially goes for about a 6-yard loss, and will bring up 2nd down and goal from the 14. Kruger has Schloop. No, he's going to keep it on the read option. Up to the 10 before he's taken down by Ashton Carter. So solid play, gets about 4 yards and going to bring up 3rd down and goal. But nice fake here.
Oh, great job of handling the ball from Kruger. He almost handed it off, kept it, and found a little hole, picked up some much-needed yardage there. Makes this 3rd down a lot more doable.
Yeah, 3rd and goal from the 10. Kruger out of the gun. Little play action, read option inside the 5. He's all the way down to the 3 before he's taken down there by the Indian secondary, going to bring up 4th down and goal. And so here on 4th down and short from about the 3, do you send in Osio and trying to extend this to a 7-point lead, or you gambling here, Chris?
You know what? I think California's feeling pretty confident. It looks like they're going to go for it.
Yeah, out of the gun. Here's Kruger. Takes the snap. It's batted into the air and incomplete, so a big stop. That's a big play right there. Let's see if Osage can take advantage. Hood now close to his own end zone, able to get back to about the 2, but good pursuit right there by Enoch Dunaway and Tyler Patterson for California. Out of the gun. Vaughn, quick hitter up the middle. Decent gain up to about the 11, and it looks like the ball might be on the ground.
It looks like it was squirting out through there, and I think California might have jumped on that thing.
I think they just said California football.
Yeah, they come up with it.
California with the fumble recovery. Caden Bax comes up with it, and the Pintos have it 1st and goal at the 7 or 8 yard line. And here comes the offense, wasting no time. Kruger back out there.
Yeah, they just jump right back on it. They don't give you time to breathe. They are in there and going at it.
Here's the run, and Funderburk says no siree. That's number 10 tackle for a loss on the season. Going to bring up 2nd down and goal.
So far in this game, California's gone for it on 4th down twice. They've been stopped both times. Huge stops for Osage, especially the last one down on the goal line.
But Osage with those 2 costly turnovers so far. Here's the quick hitter. Here's Bryant. He's inside the 5. Fighting all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness. Aiden Bryant, the sophomore, refused to go down, and that is an impressive effort from him. And California now up 16-6. How about that play? As we welcome you back to Lake TV's coverage of live high school football, Chris, man, this was a game that looked like Osage was about to run away with. They were up 6-0, had the ball, and were driving. California looked to be dead in the water, and now they've dropped 17 consecutive points, and they lead by 11 with 1:33 to go in this first half, and they're going to get that second half kickoff to start the second half.
Yeah, they look like they're getting stronger and stronger as this game goes on.
Here's Hunter Graber making some moves across midfield. How about this return? All the way up to the 39-yard line. And I'll tell you, that short kick backfires on the Pintos as Hunter Graber, the front man, well, he's one of the best players on this Osage team. Kicked it to him short. He makes a couple guys miss, and the rest is history. But watch this. Catches at the 34. Really nice return.
Yeah, and I tell you what, Osage really needed that. They've kind of been reeling. The offense has been doing nothing the last few drives, and what are they going to move the ball back here?
No, so we have a penalty flag here over on the far sideline. It's holding against Osage. So that negates an outstanding return from Graber. And the Indians now have 1 timeout with 1:26 to work with as they trail 11 heading into the break.
Oh, and you know that just eats on Coach Jolly. A huge penalty that results in what is this, like a 20-yard, 40-yard penalty?
Well, it would have had it at the 40. So, yeah, you're looking at 21 yards. That's a big-time penalty. Is Vaughn in here out of the gun. Play action. Rolling to his right. Eludes one would-be tackler. Throws and intercepted by Kalen Kruger. What an interception with one hand. Oh, my goodness. That is a big-time play, and I'd say that's the second interception thrown by Vaughn, but that's more of a great play by Kalen Kruger than it is. And, you know, not the greatest of throws, but you can't take away this play from Kalen Kruger. Oh, my goodness.
You know, and Vaughn's just trying to make a play, but he really should not have thrown that ball. The receiver was not open. Graber was well covered, and what a nice catch from Kruger. But already 3 turnovers for this Osage offense, and as we've talked about in the past, they do tend to shoot themselves in the foot, and so far they're doing a pretty good job of that.
Here's Kruger going to take a shot for Myers on the outside. Makes an adjustment and falls incomplete. Nice job defensively from Derek Bradley. Knocking that one down, brings up 2nd down and 10. But you can tell California, they've got the momentum, they've got that confidence, and at this point, they don't really feel like this Osage defense can stop them.
They feel pretty good, 17 unanswered points. And tell you what, that passing game is pretty impressive. Kruger can throw it, and both Myers and Bryant have shown they're very talented receivers.
So here's 2nd down. Kruger still on his feet, throws in low, looking for his receiver on the near sideline, and nice pressure from J.P. Cordula once again. He delivers the quarterback hit. He's the reason that was an errant throw. So 3rd down and 10. Osage, if they can find a way to prevent California from scoring here, they really keep themselves in this game, Chris.
Absolutely, with just 1:07 to go before halftime. Good job from the defensive line getting some pressure on the quarterback.
Kruger now, quick hitter. He's got his guy out in the flat. Vaughn buries him at the 45 after a modest gain of about 3 or 4. That time he had his man Caden Bax, the senior, but not enough for a first down. And with 55 seconds to go, neither team looks like they're in a big hurry as California Man, I'll tell you, I would take advantage. I know it's 4th down, but
I was just thinking the same thing. If I were the Pintos, I'd probably go for it with the clock running in 35 seconds and a half. But you take that chance if you don't give it a slight opening of the door for Osage to do something in the final seconds and pull closer.
So Keegan Vaughn back to receive for Osage. Trevor Myers, into punt for California. The clock inside 18, and California burns the timeout. Just 17 and a half seconds left in a second quarter that has been owned by California. They were down 6-0 after that first quarter concluded, Chris, but California, they scored 17 unanswered. And look, now they're doing exactly what you thought they might.
Going to go for it here in the final seconds, and probably taking a shot downfield toward the end zone.
Looking for Myers, and he's got it inside the 15 to the house. Touchdown. Oh, my goodness. Kalen Kruger with a dime, and it's Myers who makes an incredible play. Oh, my goodness, Chris. 45-yard dart.
Yeah.
And watch the play by Myers.
And why not? Take a shot in the final seconds. He puts it up there. Pretty good coverage, but it gets through, and they can't bring him down, and he just bumbles, stumbles, rumbles right into the end zone.
Yeah, I don't know. Vaughn and Bradley both had a shot and didn't make the play. California now, they're going to attempt to turn this into an 18-point lead. Osio, the extra point is up, and it is no good as he is wide right. So 23-6 your score. California scoring 23 unanswered, and boy, I'll tell you what, that was just a great call. Pintos decided to take a shot on 4th down and 6, and Myers, he just climbed the ladder, took it away from 2 Pinto defenders and does the rest. 45 yards later, he's inside the end zone, and the Osage faithful wondering, how did we get here?
And they always say it's a game of inches, but there you see it again. The defender was right there, just a couple of inches away from knocking that down. Should have made the tackle, didn't happen. And all of a sudden, this is almost getting out of reach.
Here's the return for Eric Hood up to about the 25 with 2 ticks left in the first half. So with 1.7 left, I'm sure this will be the last play, and Osage may just take a knee. Osage has their work cut out for him, down 17 points. Really a mentor to so many people over the state of Missouri, and Vaughn takes the knee.
I'm Chris Schneider. We hope you're enjoying this Lake TV Classic Game of the Week. It's a Week 4 2021 battle between Osage and California. And a spoiler alert, don't leave until the end because we see quite an amazing comeback in this one. So let's get back to the action here on Lake TV's Classic Game of the Week.
Yeah, man, impressive showing for Coach Womack's team in that first half. Like we said, 23 unanswered points, and man, their offense kind of did what they wanted after they stumbled out of the gates in that first quarter.
Yeah.
They own that second quarter, Chris, and they're looking to really make a statement here on their opening series.
Yeah.
So the kick is away and fielded by Schloop at about the 20. He's got good yardage, a lot of green, and all the way up to about the 46-yard line. And California, that's a trend they're getting used to here over these last 3 or 4 series. Just great starting field possession.
Yeah, absolutely. And they come into this second half with a ton of confidence because they dominated the second quarter, and Osage really had a tough time stopping them as that quarter went along. So we'll see how the defense does coming out in the second half.
Kruger out of the gun. To his right is Dunaway. Dunaway going to get the carry inside Osage territory, and he's all the way up to about the 44-yard line. He's got a Central Bank Lake of the Ozarks first down for California, and that is exactly how they wanted to start this second half.
Yeah, and again, they line up quickly. They don't huddle. They're a quick-paced offense, and here they're right at it again.
Same play, back-to-back times. Dunaway now this time bounces outside, has good yardage, and cleaned up on the other side. Ashton Carter cleans it up. First guy there for the Indians. That is number 87, Luke Willenbrock, who gets his first start at tight end tonight for the Indians. But 2nd and 3 now, 11:36 in California. Man, they move so quick, Chris. The chain gang didn't even have time to get set up prior to that play.
And Dunaway was hurt on the sideline over there. He didn't come back in.
That's going to be Patterson on the carry, spelling Dunaway. So we'll keep you up on Dunaway, who was able to walk off on his own accord, but you said he was shaking, huh?
Yeah, he got the tackler fell on him over there making the tackle out of bounds, and he got up like he might have had the wind knocked out of him.
Here's the give again up the middle to Patterson, who just carries Indian defenders with him up to the 25-yard line. That's another impressive gain of 7. Brings up a very manageable 2nd and 3. And you get a feeling here with these runs up the middle, you're just waiting for that play action and that shot to the end zone here.
Yeah, a lot of the
Kruger.
Firepower in the first half from California was through the air. Here they're flexing their muscle, running the ball.
There it is. They're looking up the seam. He's got him. Touchdown. And that's Drake Schloop right on the money, Chris. You saw that coming as they continued to run the play action to Schloop from 25 yards out, and California in control. They lead 29-6, and what a ball right there up the seam to Schloop, and Kruger has his 4th touchdown pass of the night.
Boy, that was easy peasy. He was wide open. You or I could have hit him for that touchdown. Just a nice move, but yeah, when you pound the ball up the middle, picking up big yards, it's going to open up the passing game and work like clockwork there.
Adolfo Ocio. The kick is up, and it is good. So with 10:49, 30-6 your score. California all over the Indians. Ocio set to kick for the Pintos. The Indians, they are in desperate need of getting something going here offensively. Fielded at about the 7 by Bradley. He's got some good yardage. He's got a hole across the 35 and then taken down at about the 38-yard line. Nice tackle on the play from Walker Friedmeier. And Osage 1st and 10 now at their own 34-yard line.
Yeah, and coming into this game, the Indians lost this matchup against California last year at California, but before that they'd won the previous 4 years. So if California can keep this going, they're up 30-6 early here in the 3rd quarter. If they can keep it going, the tide might be turning in this head-to-head matchup.
Yeah, McLaughlin not out there. It's Vaughn. He gives it to Thunderberg, and he's going to be taken down. He runs into a wall. First 2 guys there, Isaac Currens as well as Jackson Cassill. And Cassill, we've called his name all night, number 40 for the Pintos. Just a modest gain of 1. And I'll tell you, for Osage, they don't have the same sense of urgency as California. They run that hurry-up offense. That'd be what you'd expect Osage maybe to go to, down 24 points here.
Yeah, absolutely. And Indians, again, just trying to figure things out with quarterback situation and with the offense doing nothing since early in the 1st quarter.
Impressive pursuit defensively. First guy there, Caden Bax. Trevor Myers in to clean it up for California. And how about this Pinto team, Chris?
Wow. I tell you what, they've just gotten better in every aspect of the game since that first drive when they fell behind 6-0. The offense looking pretty powerful, and the defense is just absolutely shut the door on this Osage Indians offense since that first drive where they put it in the end zone.
So 9:30 left. Connor Vaughn, he's facing a 3rd and 10.
Unofficially, the Indians 3 for 7 on 3rd down conversions.
Vaughn, good protection into the flat and can't hit his brother once again. He was looking for Keegan Vaughn. And so 4th and 10 now, Chris, I think Osage going to have to punt again.
Yeah, they are. And again, with Brockton McLaughlin, your usual punter, not playing, they're probably going to have the backup punter in there again as well. And we see Brockton there on the sideline. And he is standing. He's on his feet. So, but he is kind of favoring that right ankle a little bit, though.
Yeah, interesting if he'll get back in there tonight. But back to punt is the freshman, and that is Isaac Stark back there. He stands at his own 25-yard line. Whistles, and looks like we might have a penalty flag, maybe a delay of game here.
Yeah. Maybe so, and the punt defense has not been too good for Osage. At least it wasn't in that first half. We had some decent punts. Wasn't covered very well. Some very nice returns for California. Maybe they can try to angle it away from the returners a little bit, try to keep the returns down, because the Pintos have put themselves in really good position starting off drives there starting the second quarter on.
Yeah, and it seems like they're good punts, Chris, but when they're that low and the coverage doesn't have time to get down there, it gives the return man time to see the field and decide where the hole is at. And so he's got to get more hang time. See, that right there was a better punt.
Yeah, got more air time.
Even though it didn't get super deep down the field, it also didn't allow for a return for California. So they have it 1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line now. 9:09 left in this third quarter of play. And Chris, California, they score here. They could deliver that nail into the coffin pretty early.
I tell you what, it's 30-6. Yeah, if they put it in the end zone here, then it might be lights out after that. It'll be interesting to see what the Pintos do if they try to run the ball, run the clock, and just milk things out, or if they're going to go for the jugular here.
Keep it on the ground on the first play, trying to get outside and doing so. And that's a nice run by Dunaway right there. And that was sneaky quick, Chris. Didn't look like a lot was there. And he ended up turning that into a Central Bank Lake of the Ozarks first down into Osage territory.
And again, just like about everything else with this California team tonight, Dunaway is really impressive. He's 5'7", 210 pounds, but you saw the quickness there. I mean, he's really, really quick.
Yeah, you're not kidding. And California, they got a handful of good players. And speaking of which, Kalen Kruger tucks and runs. We do have a penalty marker back at about the 45-yard line. This one may be coming back.
Yeah, usually that's in the area of where they get a holding right there. Nice run from Kruger, though. Dropped back to pass the ball. Couldn't find anybody. Found an opening and had some first down yardage there, but this is going to be coming back. It's a 1st and 20 from the 44.
Kruger on the play action sets up the screen. He's got Dunaway. Dunaway trying to make something happen. Has decent yardage, but not a ton. We'll give him 5 or 6. Going to bring up 2nd down and long. Nice job. And again, Kruger, he knew exactly what to do. He let the pressure get closer to him, so he was able to float the screen pass in there. And Dunaway, he gets 7.
And I tell you what, really nice design to that screenplay, wide open, picked up some good yards.
Once again, he's got Myers complete down to about the 22-yard line. Chris, outstanding, 27 yards. Central Bank Lake of the Ozarks first down, and Myers continues to haunt this Osage secondary.
Yeah, look at that great camera coverage. Nice try on the defense. He just couldn't quite get in there and knock it down. And Myers is impressive catching the ball.
Isaac Luttrell, the sophomore, with the stop on the play. Going to bring up 2nd down after a short loss. But yeah, beautiful throw, great catch. And it was a good effort defensively, but every time a better throw beats that good defense, and that's the case for Kruger.
Yeah, and again, just inches away Bradley was from knocking that ball down.
Run up the middle. Decent yardage, but not a ton. He's got it down to about the 19-yard line, and California will have this 3rd down inside the Mike Heitman State Farm Insurance red zone. 7:30 left in our third quarter, and Chris, Osage, they need something to change. They need something big. They need a takeaway.
Yep.
They need someone to get a big tackle for a loss, but they need something. Quick hitter here to Myers inside the 10. Down to the 5, still on his feet into the end zone for the 3rd time tonight. Trevor Myers, a man amongst boys. Are you kidding me?
Wow, I tell you what, and it's no different than from what they've been doing earlier in the game. He does a quick slant, just cuts right in. He's wide open, catches the ball there, and touched 1, 2, 3. There's 5 guys around him. None of them can get him down, and he just trots into the end zone there.
Looks like a flag on the field. And, I'll tell you what, Myers is just plaguing this Osage team. That's 5 touchdown passes tonight for Kalen Kruger. He's also had an interception. And for Myers, that's his 3rd grab that's went for a score tonight, and Osage gets flagged, and they're getting frustrated as California is just taking it to them tonight.
Yeah, how long was that? How long of a pass was that? That was, like you said, 3 touchdown passes for Trevor Myers. The first one of the game, the one right before halftime, and then that one.
19 yards on the touchdown, and tell you what, Osio, he's had a good night as well. Missed 1 extra point, but did nail a 31-yard field goal, and this extra point is also no good. So it's 7:20. It is California 36, Osage 6. We'll be right back.
36-6, early midway through this third quarter. I tell you what, it is not going well for Osage, and The Indians coach Jolly down on the sideline, not too happy.
Yeah, I mean, the effort in the secondary, Chris, I understand getting burnt or getting beat, but, man, when there's 3 or 4 guys there and you're just getting run over and not wrapping up, I mean, that's one thing he focused on. We got to hit low, we got to wrap up, and Osage hasn't done that tonight, so Coach Jolly got lots to be frustrated about.
We saw it last week, too, with Mr. Veach that ran for 5 touchdowns, caught another one. He just ran through this. Osage defense had trouble tackling him. We're seeing that again tonight.
Osio trying to kick the field goal from midfield, goes into the end zone for a touchback, and here come the Indians down 30 with 7:20 left.
So Trevor Myers, and after the game, Wild William Holtz is going to be interviewing the game-winning coach and the player of the game, which very easily could be Trevor Myers with 3 touchdown catches, one from 33 yards, one from 45, and the last one just a few minutes ago from 19 yards out.
Yeah, there's a couple of good candidates, not just that, but Kruger's got 5 touchdown passes as well as an interception on defense. So we'll have our work cut out for us on our end, selecting tonight's player of the game. So look who's back out there. McLaughlin now. Play action into the flat, has his man. Central Bank, Lake of the Ozarks, first down on that play as Osage up to about the 34-yard line. Good gainer of 14 yards, and they're going to have to hurry up themselves here.
Oh, yeah, they got they're down by 30 points midway through this third quarter. But you see the difference that McLaughlin makes there. He's got that gun for an arm. Nice throw right on the money. And I think that's the first down since the first quarter for the Osage Indians.
Another run, this time it's Eric Hood. Has good yardage up to about the 40-yard line. We'll give him 6 yards. Brings up 2nd down and 4. Man, Hood has been quiet tonight, Chris. We haven't called his name a lot.
No, the whole offense has been quiet since that first drive. But Coach Jolly was literally yelling at the players down there after that last touchdown. And again, when you got a team first-year coach, they're going through a transition. They got to work a lot of these things out. Sometimes you do it on the field like this.
2nd down and 4. It's Derek Bradley with the carry. Not a whole lot. Going to bring up 3rd down and short after a modest gain of 2.
Tell you what, Bradley, these guys are in such good shape because most of these guys, like Bradley, go both ways. He's not just running the ball, picking up a couple yards like on that, but he was also on the defensive coverage of that last touchdown pass. Just missed knocking it down by a couple of inches. But can you imagine going both ways, playing a full game like that out there?
Man, that'd be difficult. I have a hard time imagining playing one play with some of these guys out here.
Yeah. Oh.
Hard count gets the jump, and so finally a penalty goes in the favor of the Indians. They're going to catch a break, and that's officially going to be a Central Bank Lake of the Ozarks first down on the offside. So McLaughlin making that difference here in this first series back in here.
Huge, Dan. That's 2 straight first downs on this drive for Osage. And even if they're not able to come back, they need to put some things together here.
5:37 left here in this third quarter of play. And Chris, as much as Osage has struggled, I think it's as much the case as how impressive California is coming here under Seth Womack.
Remember, they had a great year last year. This is a good California team.
Bradley on the carry. Has decent yardage as he's into California territory, but down 30 points, picking up 3, 4, 5 yards of play, which is the typical formula for success for Osage. Not going to do so much tonight when you're down 30 points with just a quarter and a half to go, and I'm not sure Osage even built to come back from 30 points down, and so maybe they're now at this point going to use the rest of tonight's game to try to work out some of those kinks and get ready for next week, because, boy, they got Hallsville next week, and that's not going to be an easy contest.
They've got a real tough schedule ahead. Hallsville, Boonesville, Blair Oaks yet on the schedule.
Southern Boone. They do have Versailles, which could be a decent game. And Bradley, a nice run up to the 36-yard line. That's another Central Bank Lake of the Ozarks first down. So 4:51 left, and Osage, they score here, Chris. You turn it to about a 22-point game with a couple of minutes left in the third. You're not out of it yet, but boy, a lot of things would have to go right for Osage.
Yeah, and you're right. I mean, it's not just necessarily playing for a comeback in this game, although that is the immediate idea, but it is trying to put the pieces together. They've still got, a lot of the season to go, and they need need to figure these things out, but they really are. Look at this run.
Eric Hood still on his feet to the house from 36 yards out. That's a great start if Osage does make a comeback tonight. So solid run, and Eric Hood, we just talked about, not saying his name a lot, and then he goes 36 yards to the house. Look at this run, Chris.
Wow, and he just goes right through him. He shows his strength and his speed. He was not going to be denied, gets in the end zone. That is a very big touchdown for Osage.
Yeah, still 4:22 left in the third, so that was a great play when they really needed it. Now they're going to look at their defense and see if they can't get them a big-time stop.
Going to go for two here. They're obviously down 36-12. They need every point they can pick up.
So McLaughlin out of the shotgun. He's going to roll to his right. He's going to keep it, and he's going to be into the end zone. And the two-point conversion is good. So a solid series there for Osage. They're able to score and hit the two-point conversion. So, Chris, it has been all California, but a big-time play there. Eric Hood from about 35 yards out. Two-point conversion is good. So Osage now, like I said, they're going to look to their defense and see if they can't give them a stop. Because, heck, if they're able to score, close to the start of this fourth quarter, or even with a little time left, don't look now, but that's a tall task to stop Kalen Kruger and this Pinto offense.
Tell you what, they just had a new fire in them that time on that drive.
That worked out in their favor.
It did.
Two guys colliding and back at the 21-yard line, and that's the furthest California has started inside their own territory since early in this game. So see if that touchdown doesn't light a spark. But, it's going to be hard to slow down Kalen Kruger. 5 touchdown passes through the first 2.5 quarters of this game. And like I said, he also had a one-handed interception on defense that led to a touchdown. So he's just had an outstanding game.
Yeah, I tell you what, until that last touchdown for Osage, California had scored 36 unanswered points.
Here's Drake Schloop trying to get to the outside, and he will. Ashton Carter able to take him down with some help. But another big gain for California.
Yeah, they're just moving the ball pretty much at will here the last couple of quarters. And here into the last of the third. And we'll see if they make more of an effort to keep the ball on the ground and keep that clock moving.
Where was Denman on that?
See, getting a little chippy down there. Nice run up the middle, and that's a first down. Another one for California, and officially 8 first downs on this game. 7 first downs for Osage after that last drive. But the Pintos haven't needed many first downs because they've had a lot of big yardage plays.
So on first down here, quick hitter into the flat for Bryant. Falls incomplete. So coverage on the play by Bradley. And Bryant's another player we've been impressed with. Aiden Bryant, just a sophomore, made a nice interception earlier defensively, and then his touchdown on offense, man, took the whole team, and he still didn't go down. So he looks impressive. And, man, for California, they're just full of solid players.
Yeah, and we've got their next 3 games, I believe, here on Lake TV. We're going to see what this team can do. But if they're like tonight, they're going to be a tough team all year.
Man, Dunaway looked like he was taken down in the backfield, but all of a sudden your attention shifts. He was actually 5 yards down the field with the ball and an Osage defender holding on for dear life. So that brings up 3rd and 4, and here's an opportunity for Osage to get a stop.
Yeah, this is big. This is huge.
And they get it in the backfield. Bury him. And the ball carrier is Enoch Dunaway. Going to bring up 4th down and a long 2, maybe 3. So we'll see what California chooses to do. They're right close to midfield and not really thinking you want to give it to Osage with this kind of field position.
Yeah, we'll see what Coach Womack wants to do. They line up as if they're going to go for it here. They're going to try to get them off sides, penalty flags. Looked like they moved.
Yeah, it's going to go against the offense, so backs them up another 5, and now you basically guarantee a punt situation. So for Osage, 2:47 left in the third, and they're going to get it back, and I think California only burned about a minute off the clock on that series.
Yeah, that was big. If indeed they do punt the ball, Osage get it back, possibly with some pretty good field position, then heck, who knows, they could climb back in, make this an interesting fourth quarter.
Myers set to punt. Gets it away. Vaughn back at his own 25. Takes it there. Has some room across the 40. Good return up to about the 43-yard line. And here come the Indians.
Very nice. So Osage, after going down 36-6, scored the last time they had it, and they get the ball back.
And you see that penalty marker there close to the 43-yard line as Vaughn. He's shaking up on that play, but we'll wait and see what the official calls here.
Yeah, and the flag is right about where the tackle was made.
Looks like it's going to be a face mask on the defense. Yeah, so that's a big penalty. And, man, I'm telling you, Osage starting to catch a couple breaks, starting to make some plays. And for them, an opportunity here. They score it. It'd be 21-36 going into the fourth, a two-score game, and whole new ball game at that point.
Wow, yeah. I mean, they were down. They gave up 36 unanswered points, down 36-6 at one point. So their last drive, they drive down the field, score a touchdown, get the two-point conversion. They've got it back on their own, 48-yard line here. I tell you what, they have an opportunity.
Yeah, but what happens when Osage gets back into the game and they start turning Kalen Kruger loose? Can this Osage secondary stop him when he's able to run around? And I think that's going to be a concern. But first, Osage has to do their own work on offense.
Yeah.
Low snap. Hood tripped up, and he's going to be bottled up and taken down there. About a loss of 1 on the play. In on the play for California, Ryan Bly, the senior, first man there, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Good job from the defensive lineman there for the Pintos. There was no room to run for Hood there. Lost almost a yard. It's going to be 2nd and 11 here.
Yeah, and it's so interesting because Osage so slow to progress and so slow to get that play in. You know, every time that play clock down below 7 or 8 seconds when they finally snap it. And now, so you burn all that clock, and then you get a penalty flag.
That doesn't help in a comeback attempt when you're down by 22 points.
No, I mean, it's just frustrating for them. The play clock was at 4 when they went to snap it, and wasting a lot of time here. Luckily, on the penalty, the clock may stop. So 2nd down and 16, and the clock now restarts. So Osage real slow again. Waiting for that call, and that play clock already down to 13 seconds here.
Yeah, clock running 1:25 here in the third quarter, and you're down by 22. You probably going to need a couple of big plays if you're going to climb back into this one. But Osage with at least the opportunity.
Yeah, once again to Hood right up the middle. Nothing doing, and he is taken down at the line of scrimmage. So 3rd and 16 now. Osage, you started talking about a road to a comeback. Well, hold on. This has not exactly been the drive they had anticipated. In California, their defense staying very disciplined. They're staying home and be easy up 3 scores to kind of look for that pass. But the front 4 and 5 here for California, they're hard-nosed and they are not taking anything for granted at this point.
Yeah, and also they probably know that Osage is going to have to try and pass the ball. I mean, they got a big 3rd and 16 here. So they're probably going to pin their ears back and be going after McLaughlin here.
30 seconds left in the third quarter.
Yep.
Under pressure. McLaughlin throws it up for grabs and pulled down by Hunter Graber. Did he make that catch? He did.
Wow.
Unbelievable at the 37-yard line.
Wow.
Big time gainer there. We're going to give him 21 yards on the Central Bank Lake of the Ozarks first down. But look at that throw. Just giving him a chance, and what a catch by Hunter Graber. Aiden Bryant on the coverage, but could not prevent Graber from making an outstanding catch.
Yeah, pretty good coverage. Almost knocked the ball away. Strong hands for Graber, though. And wow.
Here's Bradley now. Outside, cuts back up. He's got about 5 or 6 before that was cleaned up by Kearns, the junior. So that's going to conclude our third quarter of play. Osage, they're down 22 to California. We'll be right back on Lake TV after this.
I'm Chris Schneider. We hope you're enjoying this Lake TV Classic Game of the Week. It's a Week 4 2021 battle between Osage and California. And a spoiler alert, don't leave until the end because we see quite an amazing comeback in this one. So let's get back to the action here on Lake TV's Classic Game of the Week.
All weekend. McLaughlin now on 2nd down. Up the seam, and no, didn't even see him, and that's intercepted. A big-time play by Drake Schloop. Comes up and make the pick, and not even looking back on the play was Keegan Vaughn, and looked like he had a step. Let's get a replay here.
Yeah, so a little bit of pressure, but not that much. He wings it there, and receiver not even looking for it, but certainly the defender was. Nice catch.
Yeah, and that was probably going to be a great throw. I don't know if there's miscommunication there, but like we said, Vaughn never looked for it, didn't know it was coming, and the defender, Drake Schloop, made a great play, and that's turnover number 4 for the Indians tonight.
That might be a comeback killer right there. That was really an opportunity for Osage. Had the ball, big for a third down conversion. They were moving.
Here's Schloop now on the sweep outside. Nice block on the outside as well as Ashton Carter took a shot. Really nice block, and I believe that was Tyler Patterson on the outside. Ashton Carter, he's a big kid, comes in. He is 6 foot 205, and he got laid out on the block from Patterson. See if we can get another look at that here in just a second. So 2nd down and 4 now. Once again, going to be a read option this time, and Kruger going to be bottled up and taken down.
He's good on that read option. Both times that we've seen that, almost looked like there was going to be a tackle for a loss, and then he keeps the ball, runs it up. He didn't pick up much that time, but didn't have to suffer the big loss, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and 3 from the 24. Another chance for Osage to get the ball back here.
Yeah, 3rd and short. Give and not a lot doing. Indians all over it. Ashton Carter, J.P. Cordula. The Vaughn boys back to receive the punt.
Get here, Walt! Get here, Walt! Get here,
Connor going to take it on, or Keegan on the outside.
He's got some room.
Some good room inside the 40. Tries to change field, and then inside the 30 takes a huge hit. No flag on the play. Coach Jolly has a word for the opposing player there on the sideline, and he's not real happy about that. But nonetheless, a great return in Osage. Even though they turn the ball over, they get a 3 and out and a great return. Let's see what we think here on this replay.
Yeah, Jolly definitely thought there was reason for. There's a hard hit there, but then there's some John going on after the hit. Looks like a helmet-to-helmet hit there.
Let's see what goes on after the play over here.
Keep
we
rolling
can keep that rolling.
Yeah. So, see, he goes over, and there's some taunting going on. Number 24. Look at Coach Jolly trying to get in there.
Yeah, he's not taking none of that crap. You don't mess with him.
No.
He had another thing coming. McLaughlin now out of the gun. He has Eric Hood on the quick carry, and not a whole lot great defensive front. Oh, he's under a lot of pressure.
Jailbreak out there.
And throws out there. He's got Graber who makes the catch. He does make the catch on the near sideline.
Wow.
What a play, and Graber makes him pay. That's a 1st down presented by Central Bank Lake of the Ozarks, and Osage does the improbable. Now they're inside the Mike Heitman State Farm Insurance Red Zone.
And give a lot of credit, not just to Graber for that great catch, but Brockton McLaughlin running for his life back there, actually finds an open receiver and gets it to him.
Yeah, when he threw that, I think Coach Jolly was like, what are you?
No.
Great play.
Yeah.
Great play.
Absolutely.
Man, he's a baller, isn't he? Because sometimes he does make those throws that get you nervous, but he's always trying to extend the play. 1st down. McLaughlin rolls to his right, into the flat, has his man, it's Graber again, down at about the 11, so we'll give him about 6 yards, going to bring up 2nd down, and Osage, they got to hurry here. Looks like they're starting to pick up the pace just a bit.
Yeah. Well, and, you know, something that's good that's coming out of this for Osage is they're finding their passing game, which we hadn't really seen until now. If they're going to put some things together this season, they're going to have to be able to throw the ball and run the ball. Of course, Coach Jolly likes to run it, but they're going to have to mix in some passing, and they've been able to do that.
McLaughlin to Funderburk inside the 10. He rumbles down. He's got a Central Bank Lake of the Ozarks 1st down, and Osage now will have it 1st and goal from the 6. Chris, and if they can punch it in here with about 8.5 minutes to go, it'll be a 2-score game.
Yeah.
They're just going to have to get pretty hard-nosed defensively.
Crazier things have happened.
Funderburk once again down to about the 4, and Osage continues to keep it on the ground here. I think you might try to pass here close to the end zone, but again, just this team is built to run the football, and Coach Jolly does not like to shy away from that.
Yeah, that was a nice yardage, a 5-yard pickup, but again, the clock's ticking, 8:39, and you're down by 22. You're only going to have so much time, and they keep huddling up. They're not built to do that, run real quick plays, no huddle.
So McLaughlin on 2nd and goal. 5-yard line, takes the snap. Hand goes to Bradley inside the 5 to the house, touchdown. And it's back to a 2-score game with 8:21 left. And nice play there as Derek Bradley has his second touchdown run of the night. And nice blocking up front. Look at that. It's a little pull from the left guard and clears it out, and he has a path right into the end zone. So Osage now going to attempt the extra point off the foot of Zach Green. That would pull it to a 15-point game.
Yeah, not going for 2 here, going for 1. They missed the last PAT try after the first touchdown in the first quarter.
Really nice hold. The kick is up, and it is good. So nicely done on the play on the hold by Connor Vaughn. So with 8:21, back to a 15-point game. Chris, on this situation here, would you go for an onside?
I would. You got 8:21 to go. You're not built for quick, fast-paced throwing offense. I would go for the onside kick. I do everything I can try to get the ball back.
I wouldn't. I would actually drop it at about the 33, 34. Try to drop it back there and have your guys run down before Sloop can get to it, or these guys can change directions and get back. But here we go. And it's going to be an onside attempt and takes a California bounce out of bounds. And that'll be first down for the Pintos. So they did try the onside, Chris, but really just a little too much juice on the kick, and California now in the driver's seat. So California now, they've got the ball, 8:21 left. They got a 15-point lead, and they've got great field position here. They're at the 48-yard line, 49 actually. So see what they do here. They're going to want to keep that clock moving. The give is to Patterson. I think that's J.P. Dumont in there once again, or Cordula, and I'm telling you what, Cordula's been all over tonight. We saw him with a big play on 4th down earlier in the game on a quarterback hit, and he's actually come on pretty strong tonight.
Yeah, he sure has. Good hit there, just a gain of 1 yard, 2nd and 9 from the 50.
Kruger out of the gun. Looks towards his left, throws it. Graber there was able to knock it down, incomplete, and that stops the clock, and not a bad play for Osage. And really looks like Myers may have even been interfering with Graber. It looked like he had one of his arms.
Yeah, he did, and good coverage there that time. Of course, the Pintos have had a lot of success through the air tonight, but good coverage on that one, not a chance. Look for him to throw it again here.
They will. They're trying the screen, and that one's knocked away and very nearly intercepted once again. And there is J.P. Cordula, and California, they're going to have to punt with 7:45 left. So the Osage defense, another stand, although the officials here are talking about something.
Yeah, because they were trying for that screen. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, that starts to develop in those linemen. They get a little overzealous to find a body to start blocking, and so they start to run downfield, and if you get 5 yards downfield, you're going to get flagged if the ball's still in the quarterback's hand and he ends up passing it, and that's exactly what happens. So the penalties declined in California. They're going to have to give it back to Osage.
Again, another really nice stop from this Indians defense. Something has happened to change this Indians team. Probably Coach Jolly yelling at him down there on the sideline, because both the offense and the defense look like completely different teams since that happened.
Low snap, able to get it off. High punt, short punt, bounces, and I'm not sure why Vaughn didn't go get that.
No.
I have no idea why he stood there and watched that.
Yeah, and they're going to have to start like on their 1 yard line down there.
But some tells me Keegan and Connor Vaughn are both going to have opportunities to make plays over these last 7.5 minutes for their team, because both young men have had rough nights on the gridiron, and both guys are huge playmakers for this team. Something tells me we're going to call Keegan or Connor Vaughn's name here shortly in a big-time way.
I wonder if they didn't see it, maybe, because otherwise it would have been easy enough to run up and just fair catch it or something like that. But to let it bounce and start off 99 yards away from pay dirt is pretty tough for this Osage offense.
And starting under center here, McLaughlin up the middle. Thunderbird with a nice run up to about the 12-yard line, and he is always getting beat up like a pinball.
Yeah, under center again.
This time trying to get outside. Now back up the middle, runs into his own guy before he is bulldozed at the 15-yard line. But He's tough, and 7 minutes to go. Osage, they got a little breathing room, and both Indians slow to get up and hobbling. And, well, I'll tell you what, this team is resilient, aren't they?
They are. That's Keegan Vaughn getting up a little slow and limping around. Took him a couple of minutes to get up off the turf there, but a lot of heart. Clock running 6:45 here in the fourth.
How about an up and out to Hunter Graber here?
Yeah, that would be something, wouldn't it?
Well, they're going to look that way. Now, McLaughlin, he's in trouble. Still on his feet. Throws, has his man, and it is incomplete.
And it looks like Keegan is down again. Something favoring his right leg there. Keegan injured on the play. Does come off under his own power, limping. But here we go with a third down, 6 from the 16. And with 6:33 to go here in the game, Osage can't afford not to get a first down here. They got to get a first down.
And for the Pinto defense, they're ready to pounce. Little play action. McLaughlin, he rolls. He's going to tuck it and keep it. Across the 30, he tries to get the first down. We're going to have to look at the spot. He's close, Chris.
He held the ball out when he went out of bounds trying to pick up that extra yard or two, and McLaughlin gets up limping now. It is close. I'm not sure if he got it or not. Do you go for it on fourth down?
Absolutely.
If you don't get this, yeah, he is short. Although he reached that ball out there, but they're going to say 4th and 1.
Yeah, I don't know if I love the spot. You don't know if the foot was out of bounds, but if it was in play, tough for us to see. He definitely had it. Doesn't matter at this point. 4th and 1, game on the line. McLaughlin gives it up the middle. Looks like the Indians may have it. Real close.
Yeah, really
close. 22-yard line. Boy, this is going to be really, really close. Oh, nope, they're going to give him first down, so it's a Central Bank Lake of the Ozarks first down, and Osage remains alive. Down 2 scores, 6:15 left in tonight's game. It's going to be another good one, and 1st and 10. McLaughlin out in the flat. Again, unable to hit Vaughn, so that's going to bring up 2nd down and 10 now with 5:52 remaining. We're about equal, I'll tell you that. Here's the give to Hood. He's got some good room. Across the 40, Eric Hood. He may score from 78 yards out. And he does. And the Osage Indians, folks, believe it or not, are right back in the game. It is 27-36 with 5:41. And Eric Hood has had a night. Oh, my goodness.
Wow. 78 yards, and just like that, lightning strikes. Look at this one. Wow. Quick handoff off the left side. He found some running room, and nobody was going to catch him.
Yeah, that is sensational. And for Osage, they watched California score 36 straight points. They've run 21 straight points off of their own, and they're right back in this one.
Yeah, I tell you what, if this Osage team had played the whole game, then it might be a little different up there on the scoreboard.
And they're going for 2 now. We do have a timeout from California. McLaughlin out of the gun. He's going to keep it himself.
Nope.
And he is going to be stuffed, nothing doing, and so remains a 2-possession game. Don't forget that 2-point attempt that Osage did with 5:41 remaining. So here's a short kick. Feel that about the 22 by Schloop. Interesting strategy here, and they're going to be able to take him down at the 33, 34-yard line in California. Now, they need a couple of first downs to burn some clock. Osage still clinging to all 3 of those timeouts. Those could be big, but, Chris, you can't forget about that decision there from Coach Shannon Jolly to go for 2 now instead of wait. If you kick the extra point, it's 8. However, the extra point's not a guaranteed thing for Osage either.
Yeah, absolutely. They missed the first PAT of the game, and so, that is up in the air. But 36-27, still down 2 scores here.
Osage storming back. They've scored the last 21 to pull within 9, but California still very in control. First down give to Patterson. Nice defensive pursuit by the Indians, and no gain on the play.
Yeah, nice indeed. And California made no bones about it on the way they lined up for that. They're going to run the ball, run the clock, and just challenge the Indians to stop them. Osage did on that first down. No pickup at all.
Second down, fake sweep. Kruger going to call his own number. He's got good yardage before he's taken down, but like the play call there, fake the sweep, sell the defense, and then tuck it and run. And Kruger has good yardage, going to bring up a huge 3rd down and 2.
Really nice design on that play and pickup of 8 yards. Big 3rd down here.
We've got Patterson, and he is going to be close. I think they're going to give him the 1st down.
Yep, he's got it by about 1/4 of a yard there, and that keeps that clock running. Huge 1st down for California.
Yeah, that was big, Chris, and really a favorable spot. Patterson looked like he was just shy, but good effort, and they're going to give him the Central Bank Lake of the Ozarks 1st down. Patterson going to get it again. Another big gainer. He's up close to the 40, still on his feet before he's finally taken down at the 38-yard line. We'll give him 18 yards and another Central Bank Lake of the Ozarks 1st down.
Unofficially, California's 10th 1st down of the game. Remember, they've scored on a lot of big, long yardage plays. Didn't need 1st downs to keep drives alive. Low snap.
Nice defensive play there. Tripping him up is number 46, Jesse Wormuth. Nice play there, and that's a big-time stop. Now, for Osage, Chris, they do have all 3 timeouts. They're going to need 2 scores. They're down 9, but more importantly, they're going to have to stop California.
Yeah, they are. They need to get a stop here. 2nd and 13 from the 41. This is a big down here.
There's a little sweep. Oh, little trickery there in the middle, and incomplete, or was it caught? I don't know why you get that cute in that situation, because that was almost disastrous.
And it stops
for
the
California.
Clock. Yeah, 3:47 stops the clock with a 3rd down and 13 from the 41. And again, huge here because it's an opportunity for Osage to get the ball back and pull off some miracle comeback.
Yeah, still 2 scores. They're going to have to do a lot. There's a nice play. Wormuth there, and a great tackle on the play. I'll tell you, that's 2 plays on this series for Jesse Wormuth, the senior linebacker. That's big, and that's going to bring up 4th and forever. So do you use one of those timeouts here and save the 30 seconds on the clock, or?
I probably would.
I would have with all 3. Then again, I mean, I haven't won 4 district championships in my coaching career either, like Shannon Jolly has. So they're going to let those precious seconds tick off the clock and reserve those timeouts. And here's the offense that Brock McLaughlin is more accustomed to running. Spread them out and let it fly.
Yeah, they've still got a chance. 21 unanswered points for the Osage Indians here in this comeback attempt.
And they're going to let the clock run down. I'm not sure they called their last timeout. No, they're going to take a delay of game and therefore give Trevor Myers a little more room to work with. Okay, actually they burned that last time out. And we are back now. The punt by Myers, and it is a good one. Takes an Osage bounce into the end zone, and Osage will take over 1st and 10 at their own 20. Your situation, they trail by 9, 2:51 left, all 3 timeouts. And interesting, looked like there was a delay of game, then they looked like they called for a timeout, then they did mark off to 5 yards, so we came back early so you wouldn't miss that punt. And Myers, that's why he wanted that extra 5 yards, because he's got that huge boot that he's able to boom down the field. I mean, that after it bounced was going to be about a 70-yard punt. If you mark off the touchback, of course, about a 30-yard punt. But where it landed, Chris, would have been about 70 yards from where he kicked it.
Yeah,
you could do that.
Leg. Last time Osage had the ball, they went 78 yards for a touchdown run. It was Eric Hood. Let's see if they've got more magic in there.
Here's Hood. Bounces outside. Across the 30, still on his feet, up to about the 40-yard line. Big-time run, a Central Bank Lake of the Ozarks 1st down, and now a penalty flag. Looks like that's going to come in on the Pintos. Or let's see what they call.
Little late hit, and looked like out of bounds maybe. You might add another 15 yards to this, but boy, is Eric Hood special or what? Yep.
Yeah, personal foul on the Pintos. Give another 15 yards. They'll be into Pinto territory. And look at this run, Chris. Great block right there.
Nice
Great
move.
cut.
Yeah.
Makes a guy miss there. Watch him turn up here instead of run out of bounds. Picks up an extra 6 yards by turning it up the field.
Yeah, and the defender you could see just kept shoving him out of bounds. You see the flag flying in there, and that was a no-brainer, though. So all of a sudden here is Osage at the 45-yard line, 1st and 10, but they're down 2 scores.
Man, I'll tell you what, the officials, we haven't said a thing tonight about them, which is a great indication. They've really had a solid game tonight.
Yeah, they really have. They've done a very good job. Maybe missing a late hit or two, but other than that, great.
McLaughlin now going to roll to his right. He's got Graber. And here goes McLaughlin inside the 30, inside the 20, inside the 10 to the house. Touchdown. Osage right back in it. It is 33-36. We do have penalty markers on the field for after the play. I think there's going to be a late hit added onto it, meaning they can move the kickoff 15 yards forward and try an onside from close to midfield, Chris.
Yeah, he was shoved when he went into the end zone. Brockton kind of went in a little slow to rub it in, and he got shoved by the defender, and I think that's when the flags came in. Look at that speed for McLaughlin. Where has this team been? What an amazing, this is 27 unanswered points for Osage in the amazing comeback drive.
Yeah, just insane, Chris. We were talking about Osage having a shot, and it just seemed like California was too strong and too big. But I'll tell you, the defense for Osage has answered the call in this second half. And although we thought we were going to have a personal foul, the official calls offsetting penalties. They get Brock for the taunt. They get Aiden Bryant for the push. Those will offset. Don't affect a thing, seeing it was after the play. Green. The extra, ooh, and there is a big-time hit. The extra point is up and good, so there's the personal foul that will scoot that onside kick 15 yards closer on the roughing the kickers. Man, you're going to get a look here, and Zach Green took an absolute shot. Look at the play by Vaughn there, though. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, he just ran over. I'm glad he got up and wasn't hurt. He got up and went, what are you doing, man? But this is, you know what this does? This moves the kickoff up, 15 yards? You'd try for the onside kick. Even if you don't get it, it's not as bad a situation.
I think they're going to mark this all the way down to the 45, meaning if they recover this onside, if they even feel like they need to kick an onside, they're going to get it at the 35-yard line of California, only needing a field goal to win.
Yep.
Are you kidding me? Wasn't this game just 36-6?
Unbelievable. And remember, Osage still has all three of its timeouts with 2:31 to go.
Yeah, what an absolute game tonight. That's a much better onside kick. And it looks like California corrals it. I'm not sure why Osage didn't go get that after it went 10 yards.
Yeah.
Aiden Bryant wanted no part of the Osage front. Once that goes 10 yards, they could have been the first to grab that ball.
Could have.
To no avail. California has it. 1st and 10 at their own 30. They're going to be looking to put this one away, but the Osage Indians, they've got other ideas on their sideline and on their defense. They want to get this ball back to Brock McLaughlin, who has had an incredible second half. Chris, how about what he's been able to do?
Wow. So the Indians trailed at 36-6. Eric Hood went 36 yards for a touchdown. Then it was Bradley going in for a touchdown. Then Hood, then Brockton McLaughlin, and here we are.
There's another shot. Looking deep over Trevor Myers and incomplete. And again, you throw the ball trying to take a shot. I like the aggressive play calling by Seth Womack. However, you stop the clock and you let Osage's defense rest.
He just saved a timeout for the Indians there with that incomplete pass, 2:23 to go. It's just a 2-point game. A field goal for Osage would win this.
Yeah, California, they're still in control. They've got the lead and the ball, but you get the sense is a big run here by Patterson. He's stopped by Vaughn, and the ball's taken away. Connor Vaughn with the takeaway. Or Keegan Vaughn steals the football. It should be Osage football. Let's get another look at this.
The officials are talking it over, and they've got it.
Yeah, it's Osage football. It was fumbled by Tyler Patterson. Let's get another look. I think Vaughn came and took it away, Chris.
Look at the handoff. He's got some running room. It was a nice pickup, and then boom, he gets hit right there, and Vaughn strips the ball.
Oh, he did. Oh, my goodness. And we said these Vaughn boys are going to have an opportunity to make a big-time play. Wow. It doesn't get much bigger than a forced fumble with the game on the line. Then you recover that fumble and give your team great field position. 2:12 left, all 3 timeouts. How about the way the end of this one is shaking up?
Oh, my gosh. And remember, it's 36-34, 2-point game. A field goal would win this for Osage, and they've got the ball.
It's going to be Bradley. on the carry. Not a lot doing. He's down to about the 36-yard line as after this play takes us inside of 2 minutes to go. And boy, I'll tell you what, if you are just joining us, you have missed a phenomenal contest tonight between two Tri-County Conference foes, both 2-1 on the season. Both really would love to get this win. And for Osage, most of this game tonight, they didn't think they had a shot.
Yeah.
And here we are talking about them with a go-ahead score potentially.
Usually you don't give up 36 unanswered points and still have a chance to win in the end. Osage does.
There's Graber on the sideline or the 28-yard line. They're going to mark him at the 29. We'll see where the spot is. He's close to another first down.
Looks like he might be just a little bit short. Make it a 3rd and less than 1. Nice pass from McLaughlin, rolling out, slinging it. Nice.
Yeah, I mean, Hunter Graber is so sure-handed. He has been solid all night tonight. Every time he's got an opportunity, and on 3rd and 1, the Indians, they need a yard.
You run it here, you pass it. 1:33 to go. Timeout. Yep.
Osage burns their first timeout. So here's McLaughlin, 3rd and 1. He's got Eric Hood. He's got the first down inside the 25, and he's down to about the 24-yard line. That's a Central Bank Lake of the Ozarks first down, and now Osage in the driver's seat here. This is theirs to lose. You do remember, Chris, Osage does not have an incredibly strong kicking game. Zach Green has taken over the last couple weeks as the place kicker, and he's looked pretty good.
Yeah.
Has not been perfect, but they would have to get close to the goal line to think you'd try a field goal.
That
at least inside the 10.
Clock is still ticking, 1:09. Here we go.
Hood in the backfield. He is buried. Big-time defensive stop. And the first guy there talking a little trash, that's Jackson Cassill, the junior. And as you said, giving him the business. So the timeout from Osage. I cannot remember in our 9th season a team ever being down 30 points and coming back and winning in one of our broadcasts.
Well, we got that chance tonight. 1:02. Osage down by 2, but with the ball on the 25-yard line. A field goal will win it, and we'll find out in the next 62 seconds.
McLaughlin out of the gun. Clean pocket, now pressured. Steps up in the pocket, tries to extend the play and taken down from behind. That's a big-time tackle on the play from Tyler Patterson. And Osage going to have to call their last timeout. 51.9 seconds left. We're going to keep it right here for you. So 3rd down and 11. McLaughlin trying to extend the play. A lot of pressure in the backfield. And that was a play that took a long time to develop, and probably wise to hold on to that instead of throw it up for grabs.
Yeah, absolutely. So wise to hold on to it. You cannot afford a turnover here. The game is over. It's done. So you got a 3rd down and 11 here. So the question is, how much do you need to pick up to feel good about kicking a game-winning field goal here with time running out?
22 yards, yeah, 25.
Probably right, because there's a lot of questions about this kicking team for the kicking game for Osage. They missed a PAT earlier in the game. I think they've got the leg to hit it from here, but you never know. You don't want to take that chance. So what do you do on a play like here? Probably a run-pass option, maybe.
I would try to run some kind of out on towards one of the sidelines and try to get about 6 to 8 yards here on 3rd down, knowing you're in 4-down territory, because you're not going to kick unless you're inside the 10-yard line, I wouldn't think. Even though it would win the game for you. I just don't think they feel that confident in their kicking game. But here's 3rd down and 11, folks. 52 seconds left. Osage down 2. McLaughlin out of the gun. Eric Hood with him. He rolls to his left. He's going to throw, and that is going to be intercepted on the play. Ball game. Caden backs.
I don't know. It might have hit the ground. I think it hit the turf.
I thought he caught it. We're going to get another look at it here. They're going to say incomplete pass is the ruling. So a break for the Indians, and they say it hit the turf, but I didn't think it did. Let's get another look here.
I think it skipped in there, but it really wasn't a good pass from McLaughlin. He really probably should not have let that one fly. You can see here the defender's the only one with a chance to catch it. I think it hit the turf right there.
It's hard to say because you don't have a clear enough picture in the slow-mo, but that's a break for the Indians regardless. 4th and 11, ball game on the line.
Got to get this or it's over.
Here's McLaughlin out of the gun. He rolls to his left, steps up in the pocket, throws, intercepted. This one's coming back the other way. Aiden Bryant, his second of the night. He may go all the way. The only chance to stop him is Eric Hood, and then he's dragged down from behind by Ashton Carter. Excellent hustle, but Aiden Bryant seals the game for the California Pintos and stops the Osage comeback just short. How about that effort?
Oh,
wow.
My goodness. It's a shame for Osage that they couldn't finish off the comeback, but what an incredible comeback. And give California credit. I mean, they hung on. And then we do have a flag on the end of that play, but California jumped out to that 36-6 lead and then hung on for dear life in the end. And we'll see what they do with this penalty flag.
Yeah, it's going to be against California on the return. So California going to be able to take a couple knees. And your final tonight, 36-34 when this is all said and done with, Chris. But just a crazy game and really just a heartbreak for the Indians. They were oh so close to completing a huge, monumental comeback of 30 points. Could not finish the deal, and on 4th and 11, they turn it over, their 5th turnover of the night.
Yep.
Of course, they were able to come away with 3 takeaways of their own, but that wasn't enough, and their offense didn't start gelling until the second half. But really, a solid football game from start to finish. California overcame their early struggles, dominated the next 2.5 quarters, and then out of nowhere, Osage figures it out, and they're able to score 28 unanswered, but those unanswered points would stop at 28. They never got over the hump, and California, they're going to improve to 3-1, and they're going to head back home next week, as we said, to play the Boonville Pirates, who have just shocked the high school football world in mid-Missouri by upsetting the Blair Oak Falcons.
And in the Quick Car post-game show, Will Holtz is going to be interviewing the game-winning coach and the player of the game. Seth Womack is the first-year head coach of the California Pintos. So the Pintos with the ball, they snap it, take a knee, and the final seconds will roll off the clock. 20, 19, 18, 36. 34 going to be the final score. An amazing game that saw California score 30 unanswered points, and then in a great comeback attempt, Osage scoring 28 unanswered points. But in the end, it's the Pintos getting the win, 36-34. We'll be back with your Quick Car post-game show, and Will Holtz will interview the game-winning coach and the player of the game right after this.
Joined by winning head coach Seth Womack with the California Pintos. And, Coach, what would you say after that game tonight?
Well, we got to find a way to finish things, right? I mean, we had this team down at half, pretty well, and we just got to, again, figure out a way to close the game out, and we didn't do that in the second half. We gave them every opportunity to get back in the game, and sure enough, they did, and it came down to the last play to decide the ball game.
I'll tell you, it seemed like you guys really got gelling early on, and Kalen Kruger, he had their way with this Osage secondary. Talk about how you guys were able to throw the ball so easily against this defense.
Well, they kept rolling their safety down and leaving Trevor Myers one-on-one, and a couple of other receivers one-on-one. We knew that we had the speed and the athletic ability to make those plays when needed, and we did. And so we took advantage of it, and hey, I'm not one to ever, I'll admit my mistakes. I probably should have kept putting it in the air, and we didn't. We went back to the ground a little bit more than we probably should have, and we probably should have aired it out, 100 times tonight.
Yeah, but a win is a win. You guys moved to 3-1, and I know you want to enjoy this win, but I don't know if you heard, you got Boonville next week, and they just upset Blair Oaks. What are you guys going to do to prep for them next week?
Like we do everybody, right? I mean, they put their pants on just like we put our pants on, and they're not Superman. They got holes and weaknesses just like everybody does, and we're going to get down the drawing board tomorrow and figure it out, and that's all we can do. And hey, they Holden almost beat them 13-6, right? So anything can happen, and we got a good football team too. So.
Coach, hey, thanks for your time. We're looking forward to covering you guys the next 3 weeks, my friend. That's head coach Seth Womack. Now we're going to bring in our player of the game, Trevor Myers. He was on my fantasy team, so I think I'm going to win this week. 3 touchdown catches. You just tormented this Osage secondary. How'd you have that success tonight, man?
Like Coach said, they kept rolling their safety down and one-on-ones, and I'd pick myself every time. And I don't know.
How about the mindset? Because you guys got up 30, and then when they started to score and it got closer and closer, was there any panic on your sideline, or did you guys feel all right?
I'd say there was definitely panic. We started getting too comfortable at the beginning, and we just started letting our rolls down and start coming back into the game.
Now, Mr. Myers, you've worked now with Mr. Kruger now a couple of years. You guys have a chemistry. Is that something you look to continue the rest of the year? You guys just keep this thing gelling and score as many as you can?
That's what I'm sure hoping so.
All right, that's tonight's player of the game presented by Columbia College. Lake of the Ozarks, Trevor Myers, goes for over 103 scores, man. Can't make that stuff up. Congrats on the win. All right, we'll be right back to wrap up our post-game show presented by Quick Car.
Wow, looked like it was all over, didn't it, for Osage there? And then they put together that amazing comeback that just came up short. Was a fun game to call that night, though, and still fun to watch today. Now, the Pintos would go on to have a pretty good 2021 season. They would lose in the second round of the playoffs to an undefeated Bowling Green team. 7-4, the final record for California. Osage, they would struggle the rest of the way. They finished 3-7, losing in the first round of the playoffs at defending state champion Blair Oaks. I'm Chris Schneider. Thank you for joining us for this Lake TV Classic Game of the Week. Be sure to join us again next time.